everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Tyranny. Last episode, we had a nice long conversation with our new companion, Barrack. Good to know, he's gonna be a good guy to fight with, I think. Anyway, now that that's done, let's move on. We have the Scarlet Chorus camp to the south, Echo Call crossing there, and the northern clearing here. That's a long trip, and we only have about 8 days to get through this. First things first, let's go to the Scarlet Chorus camp. Oh, your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no farther until you deal with them. Well then, I suppose we shall.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb, and her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vendrian Guard regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. School of the Tides. The blue flag is a symbol of diplomacy and truth recognized across most of the known world, and it is a custom the tribesmen hold dear. To harm another person under the auspices of a blue flag is a grave offense. In both the Tiers and in Kairos Empire, the customary punishment is death. Okay.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. The warriors by her remain in a ready stance, their nerves clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs, north and south, I abide by this truce. Oh, what's this say? You have received a missive. Missives are short messages carried by birds between distant parts of Kairos' empire. Okay, we'll check that soon. In accordance with ancient customs, north and south, I abide by this truce.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
Tarkus Deimos is with the chorus now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
She looks to the warriors to either side of her, shaking her head.
If I may make one more inquiry. What of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Palox Tyrell is dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
Bow deeply. Sorry you did not find what you were seeking.
Then all that remains is for me to thank you for hearing me out. In accordance with our ancient customs north and south, let us part with peaceful accord.
She bows curtly, never letting her eyes leave yours before turning to leave. A moment later, the bodyguards turn to follow. What is this missive? The Will of Kairos. New missive. Jason Pendragon, word has reached this court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons of War and Secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in its declaration. Provided you survive the span, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our Overlord's War Masters, remember that Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the Overlord's esteem. Even now, the northern courts whisper that the more successful of the two Archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Tune on the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice. Interesting. Thank him for the advice. Oh, we can choose. We have Archon Tunon. Allow me to express my deep appreciation for this opportunity. Few in the Empire have the honor of treating with Archons, and fewer still of reading the empowered words of the Overlord. I endeavor always to emulate your exemplary foresight and judgment. I remain in all things your faithful servant, Jason Pendragon. Or, am I to understand that the Edict of Execution applies equally to all within the Valley of Vendrian's Well, Tearsman and servant of Kairos alike? Is the Overlord truly willing to sacrifice both the Archon of War and the Archon of Secrets, their armies, the farmers and herdsmen of the region, and a Fatebinder of no small skill for the sake of killing a handful of insurgents occupying a crumbling ruin? Is it not said that the Overlord has no desire to rule over a wasteland? Or, allow me to express my deep appreciation for being sent into this arid backwater for the sole purpose of applying the lash to a pair of bickering children, a lash that I am only too pleased to find turned upon myself. Your words of advice find a receptive leader in your most devoted servant, gracious as always for your infinite sight and profound respect for your vassals. In the likely case of my demise, please know that I go into the void without a hint of bitterness at this treatment. I can sense the sarcasm in that, but no, I will thank him for the advice. Send it. 1 day remaining. And that is Tunon. Okay. And, oh, something hidden here. Oh, it's just a plant. And it looks like there's something here, too. Much. You can make out the faintest outline of a soldier's arm in the bottom of this pond, a victim of a previous battle in this area. I guess we can take a look around the area if we see anything. The grasslands of the Tears stretch far throughout the land. Much of it remains uninhabited and unclaimed by any faction. I don't think there's really going to be much else, but hey, we found a few things. Alright, let us continue onwards to the Scarlet Chorus camp. I think we'll have time to look around. Oh, we can already see the entire thing. That's interesting. Let's see. Rusted iron sword. Sold to a merchant for spare parts. Oh, there's people here. Take another step, I'll pin your foot to the dirt. It proves everything! The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead that flock of children! Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. What's the problem here? No problem here, Lord Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. This is foolish. Stop this at once. Excuse me? She widens her eyes in shock. This is our way, Fatebinder, and you have no right to stop us. We are not harming anyone outside the chorus. I don't know who you are, but I don't need your help. He looks back at his gang. I think we can handle ourselves just fine. Fine, I'll let you all fight this out. The soldier offers a quick, solemn nod. Come, who of you will be first to meet my blade? The gang leader tosses her knife from one hand to the next. What are you looking at? As is their way. Alright, we have a chest over here.
It's all in the reflexes.
Hey, subterfuge.
Sorry, I can't.
Gained a bit for that. The more I gain, the better. Oh, we all gain subterfuge. Interesting. Alright. Now let's go to the entrance of the camp. A rotting body bearing Scarlet Chorus war paint is skewered upon a wooden pike. These are Chorus grounds. State your business or get lost. The Horde Guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is Chorus territory, and you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I am Jason Pendragon, Fatebinder of Tunon. I am here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be him. Her lips crumple into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? And more importantly, what's this hulking ton of iron doing here? The guard gestures at Barrack with a sneer. Step in close, push her down. Before she can draw her blade, you advance, place your foot behind hers, and give her a stiff shove on the shoulder. Caught off balance, she tumbles backwards, triggering an outburst of laughter in the other guard. I can't believe you sassed the Fatebinder! Oh, you're such a stupid ponce! Didn't I tell you we had a special guest coming? Come on in, and don't let the ninny shitters in camp give you any guff. That's a way to do it. Alright, so what have we got here? Baz, Reg, Fifth Eye, Death Knell. Okay. Well, let's start our looking around. Death Knell. You? As much an accusation as a question, the broad-shouldered woman shakes her head with a scowl. So, you're Tunon's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive? She bows in spite of her misgivings. Death Knell, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. The fighter effortlessly spins a bronze sword about in her hand. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words in law, leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All our Horde recruits seem good for of late is piling in a sheet-rigging mound on the battlefield. She hums low to herself and flips her sword side to side with several deft flicks of her wrist. Keeps up, and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. Now what is it you need? You said something about the Horde thing? Swelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. She offers a one-shouldered shrug, ambivalent if anything, but more likely just uncaring. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better. Putting any and every able body to the sword like the Disfavored do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. It merely requires the proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Ventrian guards, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn, so I have a better plan hatched. And what might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting, instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with oathbreakers, claimed from the battlefield. How exactly do you plan to convince them? A knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Binder? You might be able to ease them into the idea and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. If it means expediting the end to this meandering conflict, so be it. The Fury howls a satisfied laugh and smacks you dead on the back. Ha ha! My methods are surefire. You'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. She grins, biting her bottom lip bloodied. I can't wait to see the outcome of your efforts. So what were you expecting? Let's see. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then, I expected a mountain, a warrior of colossal size who could shout a rampart wall into submission. But I think you'll do just fine. Insult me again, and I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. I'm guessing the Scarlet Chorus would like that. She peels a surprised but pleased laugh at your threat. Tapping the flat of the blade against her thigh, she cants her neck until it audibly cracks. Ha ha ha! Maybe there's something more to you Fatebinders after all. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voices of Narat's glory made manifest. In the chorus, strength rises and the weak feed the soil. Deathnell smiles, standing tall as she extols the army. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those who fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law. The strongest must lead. What is your role in the Scarlet Chorus? Deathnell frowns, her eyes narrowing. Do you not recognize a Scarlet Fury when you see one? We are the warrior spirit of the chorus, scholars of sword and shiv. She folds her arms, puffing out her chest. In peace, we train those tough enough to endure our lessons, but wise enough to learn from the best. In battle, it is our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. Oh, we are fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious rabble. How has the military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit where I want, and I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. She winks at you. Are you saying you shit where you kill? My enthusiasm for the work brought me here. A decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, eh? But I'm looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not above taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you, just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. Farewell. These arrows are splintered, their fletching mottled. They were likely pulled from corpses. The fifth eye must authorize all prisoner visits. Variakel and Landry. This barrel is full of murky red water. Severed limbs bob under the greasy soup skin. Battle plans are scribbled over a blood-stained map of the tiers. Arrows point toward the inner ring of the Vendrian's Whale Valley, and small circles are drawn around the citadel. Let's see. Broken staff, garbage. Most of these provisions are withered with rot. Oh. Nice.
Interesting.
Okay, a bunch of things here. Rot spear. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon! The disfavored officer pounds a heavy gauntlet against his chest in a stiff but warm greeting. Were I a betting or a superstition man, I'd say fortune must favor me today. I am not. But I'm pleased to meet you all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as... He spreads his thickly gloved hands wide. This here mud and shit-stinking chorus camp. Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here? He cants his head to one side, taken aback. What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast. But no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir. And I haven't been spying, if that's what you're implying, sir. Still as a post, he studies you sharply, scarcely appearing to breathe. Excuse me. Of course, even if I was, it'd be damn near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my detail. It's not for lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource for the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from Iron Marshal Erenyos for reinforcements if needed. But they won't listen to me nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. Why are you stationed with the chorus? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to row with blood chanters and scarlet furies. But my post is to represent the disfavored's interests before Fifth Eye, and the Scarlet Choruses for Iron Marshal Erenyos. Not that I've gotten to do either in so much as the last span. What do you think of the Scarlet Chorus? They're rabid dogs, the lot of them. Ever seen a screamer racing headlong into battle like a hound chasing a winter hare? I have, and I can tell you more often than not, it's the screamer who ends up skinned and gutted. Leave the campaign to the chaos of the chorus and we're doomed. Have they been cooperative? No one tells me anything. They all lack honor and discipline. Don't think they could cooperate even if it's what they actually wanted. Guess I shouldn't be surprised considering they serve the Archon of Secrets. You'd speak ill of one of Kairos' generals? No. You must know. I meant no disrespect to the Overlord, sir. He shifts beneath the weight of his armor uncomfortably. Besides, only a dumb shit or a dying mad would insult the voices in his own camp, and I don't intend to be neither. You sound frustrated. I am. He tips his helm back enough to spit at the ground. You try having to fist fuck every fury who wants to talk to you. And that's after I try to talk them down. It's a Kairos-damned mess. You act like it's a punishment to be assigned to this detail. Isn't it? I know I fucked up to get here. Got 3 days in the hole and a nice little promotion to go with my new post. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. He juts his chin toward the distant valley. I should be out there, fighting for Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run back a report should something ever finally fucking happen. What exactly did you do to end up here? I made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Chorus. Well, here I am, a liaisons officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess she showed me. Our lives are at risk, and even then you can't get along with the Chorus? Begging your pardon, sir, but I've never fought a battle where my life wasn't on the line. Kind of the nature of war, isn't it? Farewell, then. Moving on. These spears are brittle and rusted. Okay. Garbage there. The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this tent, one clearly not used for rest. Anything back here? Quiet Shiv is back here. What are you looking at? More garbage. Can't unlock that one. These two are probably here to help me. Well, let's see. Well, look who we have here. Chewing on some manner of a cud, a heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fatebinder finally shows himself. I'm Reg, the second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints crackling as she smiles. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who will give you answers, or even a smile. So, anything we can do for you? Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a sellsword at the beck and call of fat merchants. Just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kairos showed me a better way. Unity. Purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join him yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. How about you, Reg? He scratches the back of his head at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm. Then the chorus came and, well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms or families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the culling. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my ma and dad to bits just so I could survive. Reg's eyes, shadowed for a moment with sorrow, take on a feverish gleam. The Fifth Eye had me howling one night, pulled me out of the hordes and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing. My ma and dad could see me now. They'd be so proud. Tell me about your time in the Scarlet Chorus. Reg and I were conscripted at the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Archon, me for Azure. Baz chuckles, sketching her chin in thought. How many fights we survived so far? 11? No, 14. I count each day and Sunder separately. The chorus is, not as bad as it smells. The strong like me and Reg, we're allowed to take what we want. What we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. What can you tell me about Fifth Eye? Reg trades in uncomfortable silence with Baz and lowers his voice to a whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the voices of Narat. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little... wild, bloodthirsty, mad, brilliant. Reg flinches and glances over his shoulder. I was going to say eccentric. The chorus isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can expect to find some unusual types. Most are as likely to kill you as promote you. What do you know about Vendrian's Well? The walls might seem imposing, but the Vendrian Guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. Yeah, we took the Citadel once before, we can take it again. We have to, don't we? Reg looks up at the imposing tower of the spire. Though Kairos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. She follows his gaze and shakes her head. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, it's just superstition. Are you afraid of the spire? Sorry, Fatebinder, I shouldn't have mentioned anything. The fact of the matter is, we were told to stay away from spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons that fell by the wayside, that one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture. More like what's underneath it. The Bane lurk around those old sites and kill anything they can catch unawares. I've no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters at my back. Me neither, I suppose. Baz, let's see what you can teach me. Let's dance, Binder. Bows, dual wield, and unarmed combat. Okay. Baz spits a wad of chewed bread into her open palm. These rations are foul. Taste it. Can't tell if it's poison or mold. I heard that our watchers spotted a Disfavored scout by the grain stores. You don't think... I feel fine. Maybe it's an herb to slow my hand in battle. Sabotage is a coward's weapon. Yeah, maybe it's just gone bad. Seeing you, Reg pockets his ration without taking a bite. Fatebinder? Reg, what can you show me? Magic staff, subterfuge, and lore. Subterfuge is actually something I would like. Lore as well. I'd like to have those improved. I don't know how much I can... 15 and 17 and 45. What level are they? What level are subterfuge and lore right now? 39 and 41. Huh. 47 for that one. I guess I'll leave it for now. Small marks have been painted onto this corpse, marking certain body parts as more difficult targets than others. These threadbare tents show signs of hard use and long-term exposure to the elements. And here we have bronze hammer and Scarlet Chorus leather armor. What is that, I wonder? Well, let's speak with Snigler, Dagos here, and then I'll end the episode. Upon noticing your approach, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor! The name Snigler Dagos. Originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire, have since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kairos' forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. Let me see your goods. It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interest. Okay. Ooh! Here we can actually get, a core. Enhance the target's attributes and damage. I'm tempted to grab a core just so we can actually try. Anyway, let's see here. What are we going to sell? Weapon-wise, sell that, sell that, sell that. Armor-wise, sell those two. Consumables, I don't bother with those. Accessories, nothing. Other, let's see. Topazes, agates. Spare parts, spare parts, spare parts, spare parts, spare parts. We've got 13. I think we can afford to get a core just so that we actually have it. There. Now use this core. You've discovered a new sigil. Magic in the world of Tyranny comes from learning how to perfectly scribe symbols and empower them with energy. Open the spell interface by pressing P. Alright, and we do have a couple quests now. And yes, let's see here. Spells are created using 2 or more sigils. The core sigil determines the type of magic, such as fire, frost, or illusion. The expression sigil determines how that core shapes itself into the world, such as a ball of fire or frost enchanting a weapon. There are several categories of sigils that can affect a spell, granting a greater range, accuracy, or providing bonuses secondary effects. To begin creating a spell, select the core sigil for the type of magic, followed by the expression sigil to determine what form the spell takes. For example, if you wanted to create a fireball spell, you would select the sigil of flame as the core, followed by the sigil of directed force to determine its shape. Spells have default names expressed on the selected core and expression. You can rename your spells using the spell interface. Each sigil requires a certain amount of lore skill to learn and control. Characters must have a lore skill at least equal to the spell's total difficulty in order to cast a spell. Assign spells. Once you have created a spell, use the Assign button to add that spell to one of your active party members. You can assign a spell to more than one character. If you want to modify the spell later after you've discovered more sigils, select the spell from the party member you wish to modify. The interface will populate with that spell's information, allowing you to modify and save your changes. You can customize your spells by selecting different icons. If you create multiple spells using the same core and expression with different actions, these icons can help you differentiate your spells. Okay. Each spell is a default name, but you can customize your spell's name to reflect the accents you've added. Some accent sigils allow you to modify the area of effect or range of your spells. When you use these sigils, casting UI will display the increased range as a second, more transparent area beyond the base area of the spell. Okay, so right now we have Seal of Vigor. The Seal of Vigor infuses the target with energy, enhancing the mind or body with greater power. Vigor can be highly addictive to weaker minds. Ambitious mages in Kairos' court have been known to use doses of Vigor to enthrall courtiers, building networks of power and influence based on their target's desperate need for one spell. And the only expression sigil we have is Focused Intent, which allows us to make Titan's Touch. +2 vitality and might. Fills the target with a surge of greatness, granting them a bonus to might and vitality. The accents we have: intensity, improves the sigil of is a slight boost, and range lets it go further. If we do this, I'll be able to use it. Give myself a boost. You know what? Sure. Let's have a spell. If we did this as well, we would not be able to use it. Actually, now that I think about it, 2.5 instead of 2, maybe not. But we can still have the range boost. So, sure. Let's give it to me. There we go. Now I have a skill assigned to myself. Not a bad idea, I think. Alright, and with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, we'll finally speak with Fifth Eye and see what he has to say to us. That'll be in the next episode. Till then, I'm Chester44. That is Jason Pendragon, Verse, and Barrack. This has been a Let's Play of Tyranny, and I shall see you all next time.